I'm Melissa LAINN, and welcome to the LifeKraft Podcast. LifeKraft is passionate about helping you live your everyday life better by sharing inspiration, awareness, and tools to enable you to create a fulfilling life. If you could make up the rules in your life, would you make them so you always win? Well, in this episode of 7 Minutes to Success, we feature CEO and founder of Mindvalley, Vishen Lakhiani. He talks about creating new rules for you and your life so that you experience more of the things that light you up and serve the world. Enjoy.
I want you to understand that your rules about the world will be true for you. But none of those rules are actually set in stone. You can decide, you can literally decide that you will be successful if you wear blue every day, and you will be successful. I may or may not have that rule. Whatever rule you create will become true for you. This is why so many pro athletes, and I train a lot of American pro athletes, they have their lucky habits. It might be a lucky stone that they touch in their pocket before they take the field. It may be a blessing or a prayer. This is why all the religions count, because whether you believe in Jesus or Allah or whatever religious book, if you believe in that, it becomes true for you. It's all a freaking matrix, people. And you can figure this stuff out. Now, let's show you how to hack the matrix. You hack the matrix by upgrading your identity really fast. And I want to teach you how to do that. Okay, so now we come to the next part. There are 7 identities that I think are really empowering that you want to bring in. Now, these 7 identities came from conversations I had with multiple spiritual teachers, including one spiritual teacher who is going to be a surprise guest tomorrow. I won't reveal who he is, but he's one of the most powerful shapeshifters in the universe. He will be here tomorrow. Okay, now these are the 7 identities. I want you to take this down. The first is blisscipline. You find great joy in what you do. Work and play becomes one. That means you are a person who believes that joy and work are interlinked. I call it blisscipline. It is the discipline of bliss. It is the discipline that says that the most important thing in my life is to be blissful every day. In the absence of fear, in the absence of uncertainty, in the absence of failure, you can choose bliss. That is what we mean by blisscipline. Okay, you got that? Everyone took that down? Okay, second thing, immunity to overwhelm. I see this so often in people I hire. So many things going on. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so stressed out. I'm facing anxiety. All of this is real. I'm not denying that they're experiencing that. But what I learned from the spiritual teacher that I'm going to put on stage tomorrow is that this is another illusion. Look at men like Elon Musk. They run 2 companies simultaneously, and both are thriving. Steve Jobs did the same. Look at the multitude of projects that Oprah has. Look at Beyonce and what she's able to do. They are able to do a lot of this stuff because the rules seem to not apply to them. This idea of overwhelm, stress, and anxiety is an illusion. In fact, there's a famous TED Talk that shows that if you believe stress is going to be bad for your health, it will be bad for your health. But if you believe stress is good for you, it will be good for you. Again, all the rules of the world are made up. So why not choose the rule that you want to live by? So I decided to take this rule that I'm going to be immune to overwhelm, that I can handle multiple projects, multiple businesses, multiple companies, and still get healthier every month, and still have deep connections with the people in my life. Rule number 2, you're no longer burdened by the thoughts of overwhelm. Multitasking becomes easy. Rule number 3 that you want to take on, win-win relationships. You're able to create a positive vibe and generate great energy with everyone in your life. This means all relationships are win-win, all interactions are infused with positivity and care. This is why when Christina and I ended our marriage, our relationship after 19 years, it simply shifted from a romantic relationship to a friend relationship. It was win-win. I don't believe in breakups. I don't believe in heartbreak. You simply shift the definition of the relationship, but it is still win-win. Both parties benefit. If I part ways with a business partner or an author, we don't bring in lawyers to haggle about assets. I ask them, what is it that you want that is going to serve you? They're like, okay, I love these pieces. Great, you take them. All my business relationships are based on one thing: contract or no contract, revenue or not, this person who is doing business with me, if they walk away from the interaction with Mindvalley and they feel that we were not less than loving and conscious, we've already failed. So I rarely work with lawyers anymore. I'm not saying we don't need lawyers. My CFO still makes sure that we have legal contracts. But I tell every author who comes into my life, look, my commitment is you love our relationship as businesses, as me as founder of Mindvalley and you as the author. Everything in my life has to be win-win, and this is possible too, but the world tells you it's not. Number 4, inspiration on demand. All of us have access to this. As soon as you believe that you can tap into inspiration on demand, it starts speaking to you, but it may not be the usual ways you think. It may not be dreams, it may not be intuition, it may be that random phone call from a girl in Algeria who found your number on the internet. And to this day, I don't know how my number got on the internet. But inspiration on demand, the universe can talk to you in any way it wants. There's a beautiful book.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode. Remember, this is only a segment of the whole presentation. Please follow the link in the description below to listen to it in full. If you loved this episode, please leave a positive review for us and let us know on social media.